Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Response Able Solution. My name is Stanley J. Targos III, and I'm your host. Today, I'm going to be continuing the series on Mortgage Ready. But today, I'm talking about the person who's rebuilding their financial foundation. And a little bit about me. I went through some financial trauma 5, 10, 15 years ago and rebuilt. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't fun. It was embarrassing. It was crazy. But at the end of the day, I had someone walking alongside me, helping me, putting me in a position so that when the opportunity came along, I wasn't starting the process. I was actually rebuilding and preparing. So this last couple of years has been pretty crazy for a lot of us. Our incomes haven't kept up with the cost of goods. Sometimes our savings are down, our debt's a little higher. The stock market's eating away at our asset base, and we don't have the same assets that we had not even 5, 10 weeks ago. It doesn't mean that it's going to be that way forever, but if you're rebuilding, all of these things can compound the trauma. And what we want to help you do is put you in a position so that you can be in a position to buy that home again. Maybe re-enter home ownership, but without the concern and care of being burdened and overwhelmed. That's one of the biggest things that I came across, even in my own life, is I didn't want to lose a home. That was more traumatic than renting and never owning a home. But if we take the time and we show you a custom strategy on how we can organize your debts, your cash flow, your income, how to build the proper savings account, how to make sure that your payments are in alignment with the goal that you want to have happen. So when you buy your home, you're not stretching yourself to the limit, jumping in, biting off more than you can chew, compounding pain, trauma, and stress. We want you to have an enjoyable scenario, an enjoyable solution, and an enjoyable outcome that leads to true fulfillment. God doesn't want us to be slaves to debt and then stretch to buy a home and then be a slave to the home. We need to be in a position where we can do what's right based on what we need with the right dollar amount, the right budget, the right plan in place. And when we think about becoming mortgage ready, especially for someone who's maybe owned a home before, maybe you sold a home and maybe the market's changed so much, or like the interest rates are so high, I'm not even going to buy a home because I could have got a home at 3%. We don't want you to buy a home based on when the interest rate is appropriate. We want you to buy a home based on when it's right for you and your family. So if you're rebuilding your credit, and I'm not a credit repair company, if you're putting yourself in a position to buy a home, but you know the costs are skyrocketing, you know the interest rates are crazy, but you and I both know this is a season. Things are going to settle down. And really, it's about when can you take control of that asset? And I'll call a home an asset. Over time, it probably goes up. I'm not going to guarantee it. There's certain circumstances when it doesn't, but we all need a place to live. And if we can make a rent payment or a mortgage payment and build equity, what would we rather do? Most of us would rather own the home, especially if we're going to be there for more than a year or 2 or 5, because we want to own that, build equity, and make it work for us. So if you're rebuilding and you're in a spot where you're concerned and you're nervous and you don't know what the right move is, let us take an unemotional approach, a logical approach, and give you strategic strategies based on your specific situation that show you exactly when and how much you're able to afford, so you can show up to your mortgage person and your realtor and say, I'm mortgage ready. I've been working on this for 4, 6, 8 months. Here's what I've done. Here's the position I'm in. Tell me what you think. I'm already on a track to be there. And the truth is, it doesn't take 18, 24, or 36 months. Most of the time, within 6 to 12 months, we can help somebody reduce their debt, build their savings, and manage their cash flow to be in a position to buy a home. And that's the beauty. Everything is customized. Everyone gets a GPS, a guaranteed practical solution that shows you exactly when you're ready. Not when your parents are ready, not when your friends are ready, not when your brother and sister are ready, not when your know-it-all uncle's ready, when you're ready. And we'll help you. And we'll help you with empathy and compassion because we've been there. And we know it's not an easy decision, and no one wants to show up and get failed, turned down, and denied. We want to put you in a position to succeed. That's what we're going to do. Be able to respond to what your life needs, the response able solution. So I hope this helps. I hope you have a great day. I hope God blesses your journey, and I look forward to meeting you and sharing success. God bless you.